guys, I am Michelle and welcome back to the Wave Talk. We are here for episode 1 of season 2. Shout out to me, shout out to us. It's been a long time coming, but not even that long. It hadn't even been a full year. We're coming up on an anniversary next month, so shout out to the Wave. We've been gone for a little bit. Excuse me while I get adjusted. As you can see, we have a new set. I'm trying to get used to my lovely couch. We've been away for a little bit. We had to take like a little hiatus. I hope you guys didn't miss us too much. If you did, that's all right. All the videos are on YouTube. You can also make sure you follow us on Instagram. But typically, whenever I, start off the show, I like to talk to my audience members. I like to see how everybody has been doing. How's the week been so far? It's only Wednesday? Yeah, it's only Wednesday. We had a short week. Did y'all get Indigenous People Day off?
No.
The group consensus said no. I work at a bank, so we get all holidays off, even the ones you ain't never heard of, like President's Day. What is that, February 19th? I think only because I get that off. So shout out to working at a bank. You know what I'm saying? My week has been pretty straight. I just put this couch together with the help of Latera. Shout out to Latera, but we're pretty crafty. You know what I'm saying? So that was a highlight. We're having to do things a little bit differently, so I'm having to wing it. I don't have my mics, y'all, but that's all right. That's what happens whenever it's season 2, episode 1. But yes, let's go ahead and jump into our topics. So since it's season 2, I wanted to make it a little bit different this season and bring on some new segments. I wanted to see how the people are feeling about these. I want to advise, I want to add an advice column, or not a column, but like a section to where I can have people submit little questions that they want advice on. So I think they have this thing called AMP or something to where you can have people call in. So I think I want to go ahead and add that onto maybe the next episode. So I don't know. If you fill in the advice section, leave it below in the comments. I also want to add the shoe cam. So I don't know, some of y'all know or don't know, but I have really nice shoes that I rarely get to wear. So I want to start doing zoom ins of my shoes and also my guests. So if you decide to come on here, make sure your shoes are not shitty because we're going to have to show them anyways. I'm so sorry. And so what if they're shitty? That may be your style. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to wear a busted pair of Forces and you may have a story to tell about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you like the Vans that have been through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about your preference, your prerogative. Even if y'all don't like the shoe cam suggestion, it's staying because I have good shoes, so we're keeping it. Y'all don't have to leave nothing about that one in the comment section. And then I think, I'm not going to do this to you. I'm talking to my guests off camera, y'all. But I want to start asking y'all, random ass questions. I want to know, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Who out there is smarter than a 5th grader? We're about to find out. We're about to test y'all's intelligence. So you got to study before you come on the Wave Talk because we real educational on here. You never know what I'm about to ask you. Periodic table, I don't know, Roman numerals, prehistoric dinosaurs, I don't know. Be ready. That one's also staying, so I don't care if y'all like it or not. I'm going to keep it. But up next, I want to get into events that are happening here in the city. Now, I'm supposed to be live streaming this, but unfortunately I didn't because it's episode 1 of season 2, so give me a break. But for the next few episodes, they will be live streamed, and these will be more on time. So coming up very soon is Poetry and Chill Adult Workshop. It's October 19th at 7 p.m. I think they're hosting it at Scissortail Park. I might be lying. I don't know, but you can look it up because it's under Poetry and Chill Adult Workshop, October 19th at 7 p.m. Some of y'all know, may not know, I have a clothing line. Shout out to New Wave or No Wave. I was recently in a fashion show. For the first time, I was in somebody else's fashion show. Not me, but my brand. And it was Back to My Roots. So shout out to them for having your boy up in the cut. I was feeling a little nervous in there, y'all, because if anybody knows the vibe of Back to My Roots, it's neo soul. It's a lot of Black Power, pride. It ain't nothing wrong with that. But I came in there playing They Know by Shawty Lo. And I was like,
it's the culture.
It's the classic, it's the culture, but
they know.
That's what I'm thinking. But a few of the older people was like,
Should have said hello.
They was feeling a little bit taken aback, but I don't know. They saved the best for last. So shout out to New Wave. But they are doing an encore on October the 29th. It's going to be at ICE Event Center again, so make sure y'all get tickets to that. I'm sure you can find them on her website. Go to #2 My Roots, I believe. But then I'm also having my own fashion show, y'all. Woo! Oh, wait. Hold on. We got an alarm going off. Oh, never mind. It didn't go off.
It did go off. I had to
Just
stop
kidding.
it.
He stopped
It's time to water the plants.
Make sure you get somebody on that.
Yeah.
Make sure you get somebody on that. But yes, I'm having my own fashion show. This is the second one, and it's going to be November the 5th. It's New Wave University presents The Homecoming. So if you went to my previous fashion show, you know that it was the graduation, and I had everybody dressed up in their caps and gowns, unveiling their new outfits and things of that nature. But this time, it's the homecoming, so we're doing it bigger and better, and it's going to be lit as shit. So make sure y'all get some tickets. You can find them on my website, newxwaveinc.com, or look at it on my Instagram, nxwinc. So yeah, those are the announcements for the events that I wanted to talk about. All right, so my topic, y'all. How many of you guys have watched the new Dahmer stuff on Netflix?
Personally, I haven't watched it.
Same, I haven't either. I haven't either.
Yeah, like we was alive when it happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I had already heard about it.
Yeah, didn't intrigue me.
It didn't.
It's not entertainment. It's real life.
Yeah.
He really killed people. It's just like, what's entertaining about that shit?
You know, and I feel offended for the families and the victims.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this shit was like 30 years ago. No, like it wasn't.
Y'all making them relive it.
And it's so traumatizing.
Y'all making them relive it.
And then y'all made a celebrity out of Jeffrey Dahmer, like he already wasn't worldwide famous.
I didn't do anything for the
like,
victims.
I didn't want to watch it because like I didn't want a visual of him killing like black men.
Exactly,
like,
because it's predominantly black men. They act like, you know,
Right.
like, come on. Yeah, it was just sick. That's some sick shit.
Plus, they're making them like some Halloween costumes out of it now.
Yeah, see, that's how. That's what's next. Merchandise. They're gonna walk around with Jeffrey Dahmer t-shirts and shit.
They already
Like,
trying to get those glasses off.
Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying?
That's
Rick
ridiculous.
Ross talking about he want to buy them and they're on auction for like $125.
Rick Ross.
He wanted a pair of the Dahmer. He wanted the Dahmer glasses.
Seriously?
What's wrong with
And I
him?
love Ross.
Me too. I fuck with
Ross.
him.
Don't do me like that.
But Ross tripping. Ross tripping. Ross tripping.
Seriously?
Unless you want to get him and break him or something like, what you doing, Ross? What you want them
Even
for?
still, what you put in $125K just to break them?
Come on.
Leave them where they at.
Leave them where they at.
Right.
You know
Let
what I'm
them lay.
saying? I feel like we're showing way too much attention.
Too much
as
everything.
A society towards this specific issue.
Yeah.
It's real shitty that y'all are making these people relive it.
Come
and
on.
then it's like a slap in the face with these memorials that they're trying to put up. You should have been done did that.
Mm-hmm.
We're still alive. And it's like one of the living victims was like his life just went spiraling down. Nobody decided to give him like no help, no psychiatric treatment. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
Some
victim.
traumatic shit happened to him and
I'm
they
a
just...
victim. Knowing he could have ended up like the rest of the
Come
people,
on.
that's wild.
He should be a hero. He should be a movie should be made out of for his story.
The whole time, though, they
Yeah.
said it's supposed to be from the perspective of the victims, but nobody's getting the perspective from them. We just getting the backstory on how he was abused and how we should humanize him. You know what I'm saying?
Damn all that shit.
And to
Damn
be
all
honest,
that.
nigga, you ain't the only one who's been abused.
Everybody's been abused. Come on
We all
now.
got a story. You don't see us.
This is
on here
America.
chopping people.
Exactly.
The land of
Like,
bullshit. We done all been
Yeah.
abused.
Take your anger out on something else. It's just not making sense to me. I wonder why, or not even I wonder why, because I feel like I already know that we literally take the most messed up things as a society and we feed into it and we glorify it almost. And I don't know, I just don't feel like Dahmer should be on TV right now. I don't feel like this story needs to be relived, retold, unless it's to seek justice for the victims and the families. You know what I'm saying? But another point about that, they were talking about how the neighbors kept calling to like get some assistance, and the police, and they were not trying to do any type of investigation. She called the FBI, and like they have real phone records of whenever she did this, like the recording and everything. And there was a story about one of the 14-year-old kids who got away, ran into the cops, and the cops brought him back.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Whole time they didn't get fired, and one of them got voted president of the such and such club. But I'm just like, what kind of sick world do we live in to where you would take somebody back?
They
You
said
know?
too, like the cops wouldn't go in there because they heard it was gay stuff going there. So
Yeah.
it was like, we ain't even gonna go in there. So it's
What?
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
And the smell
so
alone
that's why they
should've
didn't,
been
they didn't
enough.
even like go there because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
he's
So
gay,
that's all we gotta tell the cops when they show up.
It's some
That's all we
gay
gotta
stuff.
tell.
Okay.
Exclusion bias.
Alright, good to know. So after my Dahmer topic, I had another topic that I just thought of that I wanted to discuss just really quickly. Are any of you guys familiar with Brittany Renner?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of her and her work. And I'm curious as to why.
I'm close.
Oh, you are? So
You know me, I'm
Brittany-
detached from a lot of shit.
That's alright. We finna bring you up to speed with a little tea. Brittany Renner is like our age, maybe a little bit older. And I'm not telling you how old we are. It don't matter.
No.
But
I've seen her before. I just don't know nothing about her.
yeah, she makes her way, and finds whoever she needs to find, and she gets with those who have money. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like her.
Hold on, what did you just say?
Right, that's just her philosophy. You know
What
what
you
I'm
said?
saying?
Say it again.
My way, like,
She makes her way around and finds men who have money, and she gets with them. And that's like just her whole philosophy.
So you saying like get with them, like get with them?
she's a gold digger.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say like, are you describing her talent or are you describing her like?
I mean,
So
it's
that's-
It is a
real.
talent.
It is.
Yes, it's
It
real.
is.
We all can't do it.
We all
We all
can.
can't
We
do
all
it.
ain't.
We all
Speak for
can't.
yourself, huh? I'm just kidding. No, we all can't do it. But yes, guys. So I wanted to discuss why society has such an issue with people like Brittany Renner and girls of her type who know exactly what they're looking for, are able to get exactly what they need, and they don't harm nobody in the process. I don't understand what the big deal is. Why everybody tries to demonize her or weaponize her her talent, if you will. You guys have any opinions on that? Why people hate on Brittany Renner and girls like that, or gold diggers? Let's just call a spade a spade.
Maybe because they probably couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was about to say who is people that's hating?
It's a lot of men.
Cause she must be getting some support.
It's a lot of men who don't like it. But I think that if you're a man and you don't like it, then you ain't got it.
Or you're a man that ain't been done like that before. There's some, there's some scorn men out there that they didn't got they gold dug. They didn't got they gold dug. They don't like that shit.
They done got depleted.
They got halved and shit. This bitch took half.
Everything.
I mean, that is true because it's like, why does it bother you? She didn't take your money.
Yeah, but it's traumatic. She remind me of that one bitch that did.
I think that's a sorry excuse because but I guess the same could go for like a bitter woman.
Yeah, but like she said though, I think the main reason is jealousy. Because people like shit, they can't do it that easy, or they can't do it. So that's probably is the main reason why they hating.
Because I saw an interview that Charleston White had done. I think. It
Oh
was
my
with
goodness,
Vlad.
this stuff.
His-
You just had to. You brought up two niggas in one sentence. I can't stand him and Vlad. I hate them both. But go ahead.
Vlad the Popo.
More than that.
He the op for real.
More than that.
He's the federales.
He should be arrested.
They in cahoots.
Yeah, he the government.
Together.
He the government.
Literally, as soon as everybody get done with a Vlad interview,
Hey, he a Patsy. He got sent out here.
But they say them stuff that they could just not.
They do.
That's
They
true.
do.
They cannot say
They
that.
do.
true. Don't answer
They
the
do.
question.
They definitely
Don't
indict
answer the
themselves.
question.
They let you know people sell out for whatever. I'm like, man, I can't be getting paid that much for these goddamn
No one is
interviews.
singing for no
They show up
reason,
and say
just
whatever. Because
But
Vlad on it.
Charleston, he had asked Charleston, he was like, how do you feel about Brittany? He was like, why would I feel a way about her? I think that more people should be doing it just like that. And, I'm a champion for all of the go-getters out there, all of the hustler girls, you know what I'm saying, who found a way and who ain't got to stay on that 9 to 5 because they found a nigga to break that bread. Shout out to you girls. But yeah, I think that she made a pretty good investment within herself and she had that baby. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the nigga keeps his end of the bargain, don't break his ankles. I don't know what kind of contract he's on, but he plays basketball, so.
That's his end of the bargain of what?
He an eighth man or
But I
something like
having
that.
money.
What? Where are we going here?
Keep bread.
Where are we going here? No, he didn't. That's not a bargain. You know what a bargain is? Bargain is between two consenting people. No, it's not a deal. They didn't have that. It wasn't a deal.
It wasn't.
Did they get together knowing this was going to be the deal, or he wouldn't have been mad from the jump? Didn't this like go blow up on Twitter and shit because he wasn't cool with this?
Yeah, I think
What deal?
Bread it up.
It's not a deal.
Stan bread it up. It's like an unspoken deal. Don't
Okay.
come out here with weak ass D-Rose knees.
Oh my God.
Or,
So
you mean you can't
so
make
she
no
gonna be the one losing if something happened to his knees, not him.
Or the
they both
cow.
losing. If he loses, she lose.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
She already won.
She did, but she gotta stay winning as long as he.
No, she
stays.
already won.
She gotta keep winning.
She got the seed from this man.
I know, but if he can't provide,
She got the seed from this man. He made it to the NBA out of millions of people that want to.
Right.
His seed is special.
I know,
Like it or
some
not.
unspecial ass basketball.
Like it or not.
kids.
Like it or not.
Michael Jordan said, "I'm just playing. He cool. He just ain't
Like it or not.
Michael Jordan Jr. You know what I'm saying? He ain't money. You know what I'm saying? So there's a couple of regular niggas out here with.
They ain't got nothing to do with what was in him. They got something to do with what happened to him with his with life.
He trying to hear that. Hey, bring it.
Where he didn't make it, don't mean he couldn't have made it. No, make sure your baby stays. You got a baby already, right? That's what she needs to be worried about.
She is worried about the baby.
Then that's
make
it.
sure that her and that baby stay taken care of.
I mean, all she gonna do is hop on the next one to make sure.
Exactly, right? That's what she
I know we also
doing.
don't need this avenue.
Oh my goodness.
What you mean? Ain't no such thing as too much money. What are we talking about?
I mean, no,
Why are we choosing?
I didn't say.
It's not choosing.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, she should hop on
Her or that child ain't gonna go without if his knees blow out.
They probably will just from that avenue because we're on the way
She getting money though, like.
Yeah, she got her own little.
Also, if his knees blow out, who's to say he can't make money the other way?
Ain't gonna
No,
go
for real, he
without.
gotta be.
They
He
gonna
gotta
be just fine.
creative.
And he probably is.
He gotta be creative and have outside.
It's gonna be
endeavors.
him that's sucked away.
Hopefully he does, since he know what kind of situation he in.
We already know that.
Might
But I'm
get
saying
dropped
if
to the
he
D
down, then
League,
they
you know.
down.
He gonna go overseas.
Overseas, well, he gonna get that money then.
It don't matter how he get it. You better scam, hustle, go sell you some.
Oh, he gonna stay on it now. He
I
know.
don't care.
He on child support shit. He got to
That's
stay
what I'm
on
saying.
it.
I don't care how you
I
get
heard
it.
he got engaged.
He did.
Oh, congrats to him.
Yeah, he did.
So he
Oh,
got.
he'll be alright then.
He got to have the money. He got 2 families now.
I'm about to tell you that's honestly how I found out who she was because they was talking about her on the Shade Room saying that she was in the comments talking about congratulations to you too
Wow.
under their little engagement picture. I was like,
Oh,
how?
man,
She
Okay.
petty too.
She a villain.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, okay, so
I love
why
the
is this so
villainous energy.
special?
Brittany, if you
What
ever
happened?
listen to this,
I'm
I'm like one of
confused.
your biggest fans, sis, and you need to coach me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need no coaching. It's already in me. Just kidding. But those are our topics for now. Up next, we are going to bring on our very special guest. Stay tuned to find out who it is. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Welcome to the Wave Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited, guys. So he was like one of the first people to reach out to do an episode for season 2. So I'm extremely honored. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Cody. I host AccessCode podcast as well as Random Convos with Cody and Charisma. So yeah.
Let's get into it. So what made you reach out? How'd you even hear about the show?
Oh, I've been following y'all for a minute. And been watching some episodes and everything like that.
Really?
Yeah,
what's
I
up.
definitely enjoy the show and everything, the vibes. I like the color scheme and all that.
Thank you. He also mentioned that blue is his favorite color.
Yes.
We loved it. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to throw no gang signs. I'm just kidding, guys.
We
I'm
also
just
Scorpio,
kidding.
so yeah.
Absolutely. So you're a Scorpio too.
Mhm.
When's your birthday?
October 28th.
Oh, you want to down like Drake, but it's okay.
Like Drake.
Well, I'm just saying Scorpios know and other signs know that there are differences between like the months and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It really is. Yeah.
Y'all are still cool though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
hope so.
No, y'all are straight. Y'all are gang. You know what I'm saying? So, how long have you been having your podcast?
About it.
AccessCode
This is
podcast.
second year.
Second year.
Yeah, second year.
Okay.
Been doing some interviews with some great people here in the state and everything. But yeah, second year. So it feels like 5 because it feels, with everything that's been happening. So yeah.
Absolutely. So, if this is your second year, did you start during pandemic?
No, after.
After
And
pandemic.
well,
It's already.
yeah.
It's 2022. Okay.
Yeah, actually, really, I say a year because it started in 2021.
Okay.
So yeah, but I started around the time where I think I should have started years ahead, but hey, timing works. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now, where did you get the inspiration to do it? Because a lot of us will have an idea and then we'll procrastinate about it. Like you said, you wish you would have done it a long time ago. What made you finally jump out the gates and do it?
It was listening to a lot of shows, and it was just like, man, if I had my own show, what I would talk about and everything. My wife is the one that bought me my first mic on Christmas.
Shout out to the wife.
Yes, shout out to the wife. Yes.
Hey y'all, she's my birthday twin, so she's really gang.
Yes.
We got the same middle name and everything, so it's lit. But yes.
But yeah, she bought me a mic, so I knew I had to get it going. But I didn't start my show immediately. That's when we started our podcast. And once I got comfortable and kind of knowing how to do it and everything, we just kind of go from there. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now you mentioned that you do have 2 different podcasts. What would you say is your favorite about the podcast that you have with your wife?
The conversation between me and her.
Yeah,
we just
regular conversation.
It's random conversations. We literally just be talking, and it'd be moments we just be laughing about stuff, because this is literally how we are at home. And so now everybody get to hear the conversations, not everything, but for the most part. But it's actually just fun, just vibing, and I think we even bonded even more because of that. So yeah,
we love that. So do y'all feel like things were off limits whenever y'all are having discussions? Like, don't you bring it up?
Not really.
Everything's a go.
Yeah, like I think if it's anything bad, it will be edited. It's I like messed up a bunch of times. Even some of the mess ups actually wound up being way better, because we had an episode, and I could not say the word. I'm about to mess up the word now. I was reading something and I couldn't say the word rehabilitation, and I was just straight up just messed up, and then I asked her to say it for me, and then she messed up. We just had a laugh, and that was our biggest episode. Not on purpose; it just happened that way. So it was great. Yeah,
absolutely. Do you guys feel like social media is your biggest marketing platform?
I think it is. I don't have a TikTok, so maybe that will be something that can kind of get into. Also, we don't have our show on YouTube, and as well as I don't have my show on YouTube, so that's like the next step. But I have visions of how I want to do it, so I don't want to just like do it just because I really want to do it, because I think it's beneficial for me.
Now, I like that you said that you don't want to do it just to do it, because you'll see people out here with content, and you like, oh, y'all just did that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like no type of integrity or rhyme or reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? What would you say makes your podcast stand out amongst the others that are out right now?
I would say the different topics. If I'm on a show like doing it by myself, I would talk about maybe sports and complain about how my team lost this past weekend or something.
Who's your team?
Miami Hurricanes. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Is that an NFL team?
No, it's a college football team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, who are these people? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No
cool.
shade to the Hurricanes. Y'all going through it right now in Miami.
Yeah, for real.
Like in real life.
Oh, right. Yes, that too. But I said for real, like, both ways. But just the topics. So, I could talk about sports. I could talk about a lot of music, which is, mainly what I, talk about and everything. But I think it's just me just being me and not, it's really just being like unapologetic. I'm just going to say it. If you don't like it, it's cool. You don't have to listen. Sure, it's not for you.
Have you always been that way, or have you been like reserved mostly?
Probably reserved. Maybe.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
I'm noticing that with a lot of people who have platforms. Like a lot of us haven't always been so like outspoken or super like out there.
Yeah.
But once we get on our platforms, we talk our shit.
Yeah, I think because we not.
Huh?
Yeah, like nobody's telling you what you do. You can just do it how you ever want to. And then also, if I don't like the take, I'll just take it out. She knows that.
Absolutely. Are you afraid that some of the things that you may say can get perceived in like an opposite way of what you intend?
I think that is how podcasting is, because people will get on Twitter and see like a 20-second clip of somebody just talking just mess, and then that's what they think the podcast is about. They didn't listen to the whole 2-hour or hour and a half episode. And I think that it's going to be one of those moments, like, say, when I do get on YouTube, it's going to probably something's going to be making me mad that day, and I'm going to just say it. And then they're going to be like, oh, this podcast trash. I'm like, first of all, you listen to the whole thing.
You just
took it out of context. Yeah.
Absolutely, because I remember, and a lot of people don't like him, but Academics was catching a lot of flack for a few of the things that he was saying in regards to basically the older generation of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It's crazy.
And I feel like a lot of stuff is taken out of context. I feel like if you've got a platform, You got the right to say whatever you want to, but you also have to be prepared for that backlash.
Yeah, and
you gotta be ready.
I don't know. It's like right now I'm getting good perception, because I'm like, dang, if you go on like the podcast apps, you can leave a review. I'm thinking like, dang, what if somebody from back in the day didn't like me and they gonna send something bad and I can't respond to it. I just gotta live with it, whatever. But I can't say it on my show. I have a platform for that, so.
My platform, I say what I want.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's always been like a fear of mine. Like, that's why I don't put my name on any of my businesses. Although I have a talk show, I still don't want to be the face of it. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of talk shows, you'll see like the host and she'll be like, post it up on something, you know what I'm saying? Like the Ellen or the Oprah, the Ricky Lakes, whomever. Carisha, who wants to be the Black Oprah. Shit, I'm going to take regular Oprah since you got Black Oprah. I'm going to let her have it. I can't compete with that.
Right.
Because I thought that she was already... Damn. All right, Carisha, please. But, shit, I forgot where I was going with that. With me not wanting to be like the face of it, because I'm always afraid that somebody's going to see it like, oh, she's on it? I'm not finna support that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder what it is with that hater-ass society. If the product is good, then the product is good.
Well, maybe because they didn't do it themselves, or they didn't think about it and everything like that. One thing I will say, like my mom told me about, because I know it was a lot of like building for me doing my show, and I was just like frustrated with some things like, man, something's not kicking off, or what's going on. Because I've had people literally be like, yo, I love random combos, you guys are funny, and then I don't listen to your show. And I'm thinking, you didn't have to tell me that. You didn't have to tell me that. All right, you could have kept that to yourself. It's cool. Thank you for the support, but it's kind of like I don't know.
It's like a compliment.
Right.
Yes.
And I remember I was just frustrated, and I told my mom, and she was like, well, just ain't for them. Just tell them that. I'm like, well, actually, that's right. Because everybody thinks that just because it's out to everyone, there's 4 million podcasts out there.
Absolutely.
And there's some about fishing. I don't fish, but there's something about it.
Right.
Somebody can talk whatever. You can find whatever you want to, follow whoever you want to on social media. That's how it should be.
Imagine hopping on a platform that you have zero interest in and then coming in talking shit. What was your purpose?
Right.
What are you here for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for the view.
Right. I appreciate it. Any comment?
Thank you for stopping by, even though it may be the only time, but hey, you came through, so yeah.
Exactly, in and out. That's fine. Yeah. But yes, let's get into you.
All right.
Specifically, did you grow up here in Oklahoma City? You from
I did.
Here?
Yes.
Born and raised.
Born and raised all my life.
What side of town? What school you go to?
I'm from North Side, and I went to Edmond Santa Fe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so shout out to the Wolves. The only people from like the time I went to high school.
Oh,
not everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the new people.
Oh, you want to shout out your class?
Like class of 08. Okay. Shout out to y'all, I guess.
Shout out to class 08.
Yeah, Santa Fe has some people. I know one people that do podcasts, B Mays or Brandy Mays, Brandy Mays. I know he went there, and I haven't. I don't think me and him ever like talked or anything like that. But it's cool because once I started getting into it, I wanted to see who was making some moves. I'm gonna say waves, but no pun intended. But
that's what it is.
But then I saw that he had one, and I was like, oh, this is dope. And he's been doing it for a minute too. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe Santa Fe may be the podcasting school. Who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't say all that.
I know, right? I don't know.
I wouldn't say all that. They get 2 hitters.
It could just be us two.
It could just be them two to take the wave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No problem with that. Was Edmond Santa Fe like as diverse as it is now? Like back then in 08?
We did. It was split. We had split, but we had 2,000 kids go there by the time I was going there. So right. Like even one of the people that I interviewed on my show, that girl AB, I didn't know she went there at one point. It's so many damn kids that went there. So, but yeah, it was more diverse, at least when I went there. It probably is now, but at the same time when I went there, it was a few black people there and everything.
Were you into like any clubs or sports or anything?
I ran track.
Okay, track star.
Yeah, that was about it. I stopped running.
I hated sports when I was in high school. They made me take volleyball because I didn't have any gym credits throughout all of high school.
Were you good at volleyball?
Absolutely not. I was terrible.
I'm sorry.
They put me on a JV team as like a senior or something. I think I might have been a junior, but my hand-eye coordination is terrible. I'm more of like the mathematics.
Look, it's cool.
I'm
I'm bad at volleyball myself. So yeah.
I'm just not the girl. I don't care if I have on knee pads. I'm not diving. I'm not diving. I feel like you can feel it through the knee pads.
Yeah.
And I don't
on the basketball floor at that.
You know what I'm saying? Is skirt.
Yeah.
Absolutely not worth it. Would you say that your high school experience had any influence on your adult life?
Probably so. I would. Actually, Santa Fe was the place that I started listening to podcasts for the first time. We talking 2006 before it got to where it is now. If I had known, I would have just immediately started the show. I went to podcasting class at like UCO and stuff.
Wow.
And I really thought this was gonna be. Well, it really is my life now, I can say that. But I had wrote notebooks, ideas. I remember, like, the first thing I was going to talk about if I ever had a podcast at that time was when Kobe scored 81. And I just remember that. I can't find a notebook now. But no, I would say that part. And then probably just growing up. And as you look back, like, I'm 32, about to turn 33. And then how my life was, I'm like, shoot, at least I stayed on the right path, I would say.
Absolutely. Is this what you wanted to do whenever you were a child? Like, when I grow up, I want to be, like, what do you want to be?
I wouldn't say that. Well, I wanted to be probably a cowboy. I grew up in the rodeo world.
You did?
Yeah.
Pony Express and all that?
Well, see, when I was going, like, at that time when I was young, I didn't think they were out there like that. Once I got older, that's when I started seeing it. Like, I remember Cowboys of Color, I was, like, at the first few, and it was, like, nobody in the crowd. And then now, all of a sudden, it's, like, doing the biggest things and stuff.
Sure is.
But I know a few people that do it. I know my cousin does do it, and my barbers and all that. So, yeah. But that's just the world I came from first, and I thought that was going to be it. It didn't happen that way. It's all good, though.
Right, absolutely. Whenever I was a kid, I wanted to be a pediatrician. Oh, what? We good? Oh, I thought he was signaling. But yeah, I wanted to be a pediatrician, and then I got a little bit older, and then I started to sew, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a fashion designer. But then I got discouraged, and I was like, yeah, right, there's nobody from Oklahoma who does fashion. So I gave it up.
Aww.
I know, so stupid. And then I wanted to be a nurse. Math was too hard. Then I wanted to be a dental hygienist. The math was still hard, and the chemistry was hard. So then I just switched over to general studies, because it's like, by that time I already had a few businesses. What am I still doing in school wasting money? You know what I'm saying? Did you go to college?
I did. I went to UCO.
I did too.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Broncos. I'm just kidding. The Broncos.
Broncos.
I'm just kidding.
I went there for a little bit.
Me too.
Yeah.
I didn't graduate from there, but I went.
I didn't either. It's all good. We good then.
So we was in there. So where do you hope to take your podcast, like, in the long run?
I want to have a studio.
Okay.
Hopefully in the future. Camera work, I want that done. Sponsorships. Hopefully on a platform where, like, it just gets out there to the point where I'm, like, being known, not just statewide, just like wherever I take it. So it's just really just I'm gonna move in my own pace on it. But studio, camera, over given number 5,000 subscribers. Subscribers and on Instagram. So we'll see what happens with that.
We'll see. I feel that for you. That's the hardest part, is to garner support. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell 1,000 people, hey y'all, I've got a talk show. Oh, that's what's up, girl. That is so what's up. I love that. And you'll probably get like 3 subscribers from talking to like those 1,000 people. Yeah. That is so frustrating to garner support. But I know that, like, with the algorithm that's happening with social media, it's been a little bit difficult. Right. Are you struggling or not even struggling, but are you finding difficulty with marketing yourself?
I think it's different. Because I'll put it on the Insta stories and stuff. But you know, of course I can't like make anybody listen to it. Right. And I do know, like, once I do get to a point where it's in front of the camera, people will see the clip that way and then probably, you know, go on from there. But I'll notice that whenever I have a guest, that's when it starts to hit a little bit, because a lot of people are interested in seeing what they're going to say and stuff, and then it also helps other people to do that. So once I started, like, because I haven't did a show by myself since April, and then ever since then I would have a person on, then another person on, then I'm getting hit up, you know, like, hey, you know, I've got this album coming out, you know, I want to talk about it. So it started doing it that way. So it's really just putting it out on the stories, but then I'm trying to figure out where else to take it. I used to promote on Reddit, and it was good for sake of it. That one thing I want for that, I want a Black podcast community, because then when you do that, you got a lot of people that want you to listen to that show, and you're like, I'm not interested in what y'all talking about.
Right.
I was just promoting mine. You got to tell me about yours. That's
the issue. You know, so I can't reciprocate with that one. I'm just not vibing with that, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just don't vibe well with it. That's all right. But I like what you said, that typically whenever you have guests on there, those are typically like the episodes that get the most views or listens. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why do you feel like some people will hesitate to bring certain people onto their platforms? Do you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. You don't know what they're gonna say. You know,
that's true.
They might say something, and then I never had ran into an issue though.
Okay.
I would say that like whatever comes out their mouth is what comes out their mouth. So you just gotta rock with it. You know, you may not agree with it, but I'm not gonna be the one like, I'm gonna cut this off because I don't agree with it, because I'd be messed up. You know.
Right.
But also I asked the guests right before we get started, like, yo, is there anything that you don't want to be mentioned? Because I may have a question and you may not be rocking with it. I don't want to be controversial because I'm not trying to do it for that, you know.
Right.
Because I don't want, like I mentioned earlier, I don't want something to get misconstrued and then all of a sudden people are running with a false narrative or something like that. But it's just basically just, you know, as long as they know what they're saying, we good then.
Absolutely. I think the only time I may have to cut somebody off is if they on here talking wild, like, I support pedophilia or something crazy. Like, if you on here talking about
that interview ain't coming out.
That's what I'm saying. Some of the same kind of shit, get out.
It's gonna be like the shot with Kanye. It ain't coming out. Like,
we're not get out. Stop the camera, stop the roll. Somebody get this weirdo out of here.
Right.
But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and talk your truth. It has to be like something truly insane for me to try and stop somebody.
Yeah, I've never had that. I had one bad interview, but not enough like to be like, no, I can't put it out. So,
it was a bad interview. What made it bad?
It was a lot of things. Was
it the person?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. You know, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna look at the camera when I say this. I haven't had any issues with anybody from the state. So if anybody from the state y'all watching, you know, y'all good. But what I say is a lot of artists or whoever needs media training.
Media training.
I'm not perfect, but some people you can rap, but you can't talk. It's a difference. You know.
Absolutely.
Oh, but you know, not being punctual, and then the answers was weird. You know, it was just like that. It was the shortest one. It wound up being like 11 minutes. I was like, that was the most editing I did for any interview. Everybody else was good. I might just take out a cough, and I'm like, okay, this is what I got. So yeah.
So you do your own editing.
Yeah.
What is your platform that you use? If you care to share.
GarageBand right now. Yes, GarageBand. And then if I do an interview with somebody that say that's not from the state or we can't get in the same room, it's Zoom. So that's where I get the audio from. And then I'll put it, convert it over to MP3 and then kind of do it that way, yeah.
Smart. I've always, well not always, but I feel like that would be like one of my deterrents, not being able to speak to someone who's not physically here.
Yeah.
So like it's a talk show, you need to be here.
Yeah. No, but since then I've done in-person interviews, so I've been enjoying that, like, you know, getting them to come over, or if they want me to come through or whatever like that. And I like actually talking to them in person, you know, because it makes it more fun because, you know, you can vibe that way and stuff. So I like the in-person ones. A lot of my guests have made me step up on some things that they didn't realize that they was helping me out. So yeah.
I love the beauty and inspiration. You never know where it's going to come from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, inspiration, who are you inspired by in the podcast world?
Okay, well, I'm going to say this. So, I'm a big wrestling fan.
So am I.
Oh, for real?
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know this.
Absolutely, WWE.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, that's where it got started. I watched wrestling like 24 years ago, and then I've been hooked on it since. But my favorite podcast is from this guy named Jason Solomon. It has a show called Solomon Sounds Off. It's a mouthful. But I've been listening to him like since 2013, and I actually had him on my show for my 1-year anniversary. And because I reached out to him, he was like, "Yeah, let's do it," you know. Wow. But that was for the podcasting part. That I would say was my inspiration because he's doing it by himself. Plus, he does it like he does YouTube. Like like extras, but his main show is just strictly online, like on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other podcast apps. So I think that's where I was like, man, you know, he's doing it by himself. He's talking about what he wants to talk about, and it's funny on it, and can cuss and do all these things. So I'm like, what's true? You know, so I've literally told him, like, look, you know, you kind of helped me doing that and stuff. But then my also inspiration, just, you know, my family, you know, just also being there rocking with me. I recorded my first episode 3 different times, and they were like, yo, it's not it. And I needed that. I needed that feedback. Yeah. You know, and then my wife also be, you know, I'll be doing like 8 takes, and she'd be like, hurry up, finish the show. Come on. It didn't sound that bad, you know.
Oh, trust me. We definitely had a clip where I needed, take 9? What were we on?
What was it, the intro or something?
We couldn't get the intro.
You used that as a bumper, didn't you?
I did. I think it was like 9 takes or something wild. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna take Drake. What are we still doing here? It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But who are your favorite wrestlers?
Well, my favorite wrestler. Okay, so I got a few. Are you talking about like back in the day or general?
In general.
In general, okay. We got I still like Adam Cole.
Okay.
He's in AEW right now. That's my favorite. But let's see who else. I like Bobby Lashley doing some stuff right now.
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he cool. Are you going to Raw this Monday?
No, I didn't plan on it. I didn't purchase any tickets.
I haven't either yet, but you know,
I might get them day of.
I got to
I'm
now.
Spontaneous like that.
Yeah, but I like him. I like Seth right now.
Okay.
I like the stuff that Roman's doing. He is incredible at it. Like, it finally clicked. I'm happy it's clicking and stuff.
Yeah.
Dang, who else? Because I'm just, it's all over the place. I still like, well, I almost called him D. Ambrose, my bad. John Moxley. I still like him, you know, still my dude and everything. So, yeah.
My favorite, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
I'm a huge Randy Orton fan. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero, R.I.P. Viva la Raza. Rey Mysterio. He sure did. Rey Mysterio. Hell yeah. Booker T. Shout out to Booker T. I like Bianca Blair. She's a newer girl. She's popping her shit. Yeah. I really like what she's doing.
Yeah, I've been liking her for a long time. I still haven't seen her in person, so I'm going to try to see her this Monday,
Yeah, now I'm inspired. Now I think I really need to go.
Yeah, you got to. It's the perfect time. Like I haven't watched Raw for like almost years, and then it got good. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? And plus, actually, the best thing about it was, so my nephews are big wrestling fans. So what I did was actually surprised them and took them to SmackDown in Atlanta.
Aww,
and
that's so nice.
They didn't know I was coming through, and then we went to Drew McIntyre signing at Cricket Wireless, so they got to take a picture with him and everything. So that was fun.
So neat.
Yeah, so I think that's even giving me more like motivation to want to keep going to watching wrestling shows because of them and everything. So yeah.
It's hard to explain to other people who are not interested in wrestling why we're still interested in wrestling.
Yes.
But it's like, of course it's not real. Of course not. But I like the entertainment.
Yes, that's the thing. Like, because that was like my favorite part of my childhood. And so it's like hard to let go. So yeah, wrestling is going to be in the household for a long time, right? I gotta check with her. Just gotta make sure.
Right, she's like,
I
now,
went to a pay-per-view.
Yeah, she did. We went to the Great Balls of Fire 5 years ago. Yeah.
So
And I was like, oh, I was shocked that the ring was so small, but it was still fun.
Yeah, we love a supportive wife. We love it. Now, you mentioned that you talk about music on your podcast.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
What are your top 5?
Top 5?
We're going to go top 5 talent first.
Like that?
Yes.
Talent
Let's
first.
get to it. Top 5.
Top 5
Let's get into
talent-wise.
it.
Straight off.
All right.
Straight talk.
Okay, well, Hove is number 1 regardless. Okay. Hove is my dude. That's the main reason why I'm still listening to music and stuff. I'm going to say I like Royce the 5'9".
Okay,
that's
Royce.
my dude. That's one of my favorites. Big Crit. I gotta put him in the list.
I love
gotta put Crit.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go Crit. I like Griselda too. Like, you know, Benny and Conway, Westside, all of them. I love.
Heavy with the bars.
Yes, I love all of them. Who else? The Rock Marciano. Oh, you know what? You said talent, right? Larry June.
Yeah.
Larry June is the most relatable rapper I've ever listened to in my entire life. I swear.
I ain't never heard about it.
Yes, that's what it is. Like, look, I like Benny, but I don't know nothing about the plug. I don't know nothing about the bricks. I don't. But
June gonna keep it simple for
right. I know about orange juice and smoothies.
And check your credit.
Right.
Anyway, so I love your top 5. I feel like they were all eccentric. So would you say that you prefer more of the East Coast sound? Aside from
I get, you know what, I have to say, yeah. I think just because, like, when I was younger, my brother really put me onto, like, Big. But I have to still, give love to the West Coast, because my sister, big Tupac fan, for real, yes. And but it's, I don't know, I think it's just, like, how the times were moving because, like, so when I went to high school, the South was popping, especially, like, Houston and stuff, in Atlanta, a little bit of that, but... So I would say, but like if I had to think about it, really the East Coast was really what I like. So yeah.
Okay. I'm generally like just Toronto.
Oh, Drake. OVO gang. October's very young, Cody.
You actually fit. I'm not November's very young. I mean I am, but it doesn't sound the same.
No, the Scorpios are cool.
No, we are, but OVO sound better than NVO.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It's all right. It wasn't made for everybody.
You could be like New Wave, Very Zone, So.
I mean, we could, but it's just not OVO.
Yeah, OVO, yeah.
It's all right. One day we'll meet Drake.
I have. I'm playing.
She was about the end.
I'm sorry. I was just like, I had to open it. I was like, let me go with it.
Ooh, let me get my mind back right. I thought he really meant Drake. And he was here.
Yeah, I went to that concert.
No.
Oh, you talking about when he went to the Thunder game?
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That would have been like dope.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't understand the frenzy those who watch the show know the stress that I went through on that day. I was really about to like quit my job and like walk out to go find him. It was so stressful. I was like literally in tears because you were talking about the procrastination stuff, and I've been meaning to start my own podcast about Drake, and I've been wanting to do it for years, but I just haven't. It's called Drake Me Please, so nobody ever take my name. I already have the social media set up.
Nice.
But I felt like if I would have been on my shit and if I would have had my podcast, he would have already heard about it. He would have like, hey, somebody here in the city got a podcast about me. I gotta stop and talk to her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Drake, you gotta get on the show.
Yeah, so you gotta start. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You gotta get it started.
We don't have to talk about Drake anymore. We don't have to talk about Drake anymore. So are there other genres of music that you listen to or that you're into aside from hip hop?
I say R&B. I mean, I know it's kind of close to it, but yeah, I just like hearing just smooth stuff, especially here. It like Nia Monet is like she's dope. Yeah, Courtney, she's
love
great.
Courtney Michelle, absolutely.
Yeah, she's my first guest too.
Yeah,
she was. So shout out to her because she really did me a solid. Anybody that got on the show, like that was major. Just the fact that like y'all didn't have to do that and give me 25, 40 minutes of your time or whatever. So it was cool. But it's really just hip hop and R&B, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm pretty versed as far as like my music taste, but I'm not rocking with country.
Not rocking with country? You live in Oklahoma. Also with the rodeo, so you know that 90s country wasn't bad. Like, you know, Garth and all them.
I mean,
and I love Reba. I met that's the person I have met.
Shout out to Reba.
I have met Reba.
Shout out to Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
A single mom who is so loves her kids and no pups. I had to be Reba McEntire in the 4th grade for career day or something like that. We all had to pick a state, and I picked Oklahoma, and she was popping in Oklahoma, so I was Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
And you know, it's easy to be somebody of a different race and not have to like paint your face to look like them, y'all. So you know, Halloween coming up, we don't want to see nothing crazy out there, y'all. I was Reba just like this. Y'all could be Michelle just like that, but not me. But you know what I'm saying? Stay woke out there, everybody. Stay woke out there. Oh, excuse me, I'm thirsty. And I apologize, like, whenever I had you come through here, because y'all didn't see everything that was happening. It took us a minute to get this started. You know
But
what I'm
we here
saying?
now.
I mean, we
here.
are here now, but I feel like that's really important. I don't ever want you to have like no bad taste of the wave talk.
No.
Because
It
it really don't go like that. You know what
I
I'm
still
saying?
do think the best part is when we didn't have it recorded. Like we was
Absolutely.
really talking.
That's
It's always the
always
best
whenever
ones.
we not.
And then you can't duplicate it, but it's all good. It's all good. We
Okay.
still got it up here.
Absolutely.
That's why you gotta come be a part of the live audience.
That's
what I
right.
say.
You come through, you know.
The
Yeah.
audience part, I feel like is the best part. I wish I could be a part of my own audience.
You would listen to your show.
No,
Right?
that's what's so crazy.
You would not.
I don't even watch.
Because how
You don't watch the
She had her voice.
I,
She can't stand
I've
it.
never
Look,
seen a full
I'ma be
episode of
honest
the Wave
with you.
Talk. That's crazy. I've never seen a full episode. It's so cringy. Like, girl, shut up.
I never liked my voice until my wife said it was good. Like it has a
Aw.
nice radio voice. I thought one day I'm gonna just like record, just record something just for her, just like live, 103.5. It's
Okay.
cool. You know, some
Storm radio.
right, something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is. I just can't bring myself to it, and I feel like I know I need to because at some point, whenever this takes off, somebody goes, yeah, you don't remember in season 1, episode 3, whatever you said, such and such. No, I don't remember that. I don't recall saying that. I might have. I don't know. I've never seen
The
that
biggest fan
episode.
gonna know more of the show than you are. Super fan.
The super
Weirdo.
fan.
I'm just kidding. I can't even anticipate that. I can't even imagine anything like that, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Whenever you do have your guests on the show, do you have like any preset questions, or you just like it to flow like a normal conversation?
I've done both. But I think what it is that I talked to a friend of mine, Des, and she was like, "Yo, just have some notes and stuff." And I would say the notes are very helpful. I will say in the future, that's one thing I just want to just kind of just flow. And which is cool, but then it may be something like, dang, I could have asked this, or dang, I could have put
That's
this.
the only bad part.
But no, I do have the questions already ready. Some of them will be just like regular ones because everybody has a different answer, so everybody grew up differently, everybody got into music differently and then stuff. But no, I have them written down and just kind of read off that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It'll be freestyles in the future. I'll just do it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just curious to hear everybody else's method because, like you said, it's that one time, like whenever you're done, you're like, damn it, I should have asked them such and such.
And I've had that happen before. Even sometimes, even with the questions, I'm just like, dang, this would have been a good one. Because I will listen back. No shade.
Nothing taken. I'm still not
Nah, I listen because I just want to be like, yeah, it was good, But sometimes I'll catch something after everything's already put out. Like I interviewed KO and I didn't realize I interrupted her. We was talking about wrestling. That's anytime I get started by wrestling, I will go for a minute, and I didn't realize I cut her off by accident. It's okay if you ever see this. I apologize for that. Actually, I did that to Nia too, so I apologize. I'm not like that, y'all. I don't want nobody to be like, no, I can't be on this podcast because he be interrupting people.
I mean, when you get excited, it's different.
Right? Yeah, my voice carries in. It happens.
You can't help it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I had cut you off earlier whenever we were.
See, I didn't even know until I watch it back. But
Hey, I'll start throwing shade.
I'm sorry, it was right there. Yo,
I just can't bring myself to lie.
You gotta understand it's different. I've never been interviewed, so this is my first time doing something like this. Yeah.
I've never been interviewed either, and I don't anticipate to do it either.
Damn, I was gonna ask you to be on.
I mean, I will see. I'm
I already got the episode New Wave. I'm
gonna do it. I'm not gonna listen to it.
Hey, it's fine.
Right, I'll do it. I'm just not gonna listen to it. For whatever reason, I get real nervous when I'm on the other side. It's like, cause what do you want to talk to me for? I don't have nothing to say. I don't have anything to talk about. I'm just sit there weird. I don't want to ruin nobody's show. Like that bitch was a weirdo. Whoever that was, take her off. That's always my biggest fear.
Nah, you got nothing to worry about. You good.
Okay, so I feel like we've had a pretty good conversation.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your patience again for even speaking with me. Is there anything that you wanted to promote specifically that's coming out right now?
Ooh.
Anything that we need to keep our eyes peeled? Is that what they say? Keep your eyes peeled?
I'm gonna just say this is gonna be a very odd one. I'm gonna say this is gonna be very odd. But if you like Cheetah's episodes, if you just come to my YouTube, I just started putting Cheetah's episodes on my YouTube. I went from 117 subscribers to like 4,000 right now. I didn't know there was people that was just sick in the head by watching this than me. So
he loves cheaters.
I do too. I will stay up all night watching cheaters.
It's all entertaining.
My mama used to watch it all the time.
Cody said his goal is to one day, we in Dallas, we at a restaurant,
Yes.
and somebody get caught.
I want to be there. I want to be there. Y'all. A friend of mine was on the Facebook Live. This is when Peter Guns was doing it.
Oh.
And I'm jealous. Like, he literally went outside. He went outside, and then somebody in the back like, "Is that Peter Guns?" You know, stuff. That's why. And the funny thing is, because I like Benny, I'm gonna be going to Dallas soon for my birthday weekend. So I'm just saying, like, anybody that want to cheat, do it now, because I know y'all gotta get a few days. You get caught.
Gotta get caught.
Right?
That's
Just
the
let
only
me.
thing.
Just Joey
get
holla.
So yes, we were talking about you releasing cheaters episodes on your YouTube. That was your announcement.
Yeah.
I didn't expect for that to be it, but
it came out of left field.
It did, but I liked it. It's entertaining because who don't like cheaters?
I'm gonna go subscribe.
Absolutely. Honestly, not just because of that, but still, I find that really interesting, and I like how, because we were talking about on camera, he's actually found a way to like monetize himself just by finding like a different avenue. Mm-hmm. So I really like that. I'm not going to delve into like another conversation because I know we're on a time crunch. But go ahead and let everybody know how to follow you on all of your platforms.
Follow me at AccessCode Pod. That's on Twitter. That is on Instagram. If you want to follow my personal page, Handsome Hands Down is my hands down. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make that a clothesline, but too many words. But yeah, just follow me on there, and then check out the show, AccessCode Podcast, as well as Random Convos with Cody and Charisma. Definitely check that out; it's very entertaining. But on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Absolutely. We're going to have to bring you and your wife back so we can have another conversation. Yes. I can't wait for y'all to meet her. She's been such a joy. She's been so patient over there. So shout out to you, wife. All right. So yes, again, any shout outs that you want to do, any closings that you want to leave us off with, anything else you want to tell the people out there watching the Wave Talk?
Of course. Well, shout out to my family in Georgia. You know, I love each and last one of y'all. Of course, shout out to my wife, Charisma. You know, holding me up. It's different. It's holding me up.
Hold me down, hold me up.
Hold me up. But if you guys want to follow me on AccessCode Pod. That's on Instagram and Twitter, as well as Handsome Hands Down. That's also on Instagram. Check out the show. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. That's AccessCode Podcast. Also, check out Random Convos with Cody and Charisma.
All right. Well, thank you again so much for stopping by the Wave Talk. I really enjoyed our conversation.
I did too, yes.
Yes, thank you so much. Everybody stay tuned for our closing segment coming up next. Thank you guys again for watching another episode of the Wave Talk. Again, this is season 2, episode 1. And damn it, we got through it. I want to give a huge shout out to my guest, Cody, with AccessCode Podcast and also Conversations with Charisma. Check them out. I definitely enjoyed speaking with him. Wish it could have been longer, but we're definitely going to bring them back on for another episode. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at The Wave Talk Official. Shout out to New Wave, the home team. This is one of one. Shout out to my production crew, Life Media 405. We got D-Rec behind the cam. And as always, I like to end every episode with a quote. I'm in this era of like boss bitch energy only. So I'm really just like outwardly manifesting. So this quote is kind of along those lines. Limes or lines? Oh my gosh. Whatever. You can keep that too. The quote says, "My vibe is so raw. If I cut you off, that's your punishment. Miss me for life." As I had mentioned, because this is take 2, whatever. I'm not negotiating with anybody. I'm not going back and forth with anyone. I'm not altering my energy. I'm not doing it. If it's not aligned with what I've got going on, you gotta miss me with it. So thank you again for watching another episode of the Wave Talk. We'll see you next time. Bye.